Welcome in, everybody, to the recap of Week 8. We are starting to kick off Week 9 right now as the Eagles are battling the Texans, but I have here with me Connor McCager, my man, for the second time this season, scoring an impressive 225 points. Connor, anything to say to you?
McCager, baby.
Cheers to you, sir. Impressive. That's all I got to say. Impressive.
Let's go.
So shout out to you, sir. Are you ready to get this going?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. You see my screen there?
Got it.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this going. So we're going to call this week, I found my RB1, as so many RB1s went off this week. Johnny, you obviously had one with Derrick Henry, and I had CMC returning to his glory days. Shout out. Very, very, very interesting week, as it's been a constant struggle with some running backs this season. What did you notice about this week, sir?
Them RB1s, man, they pounded it this week.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara did his damn thing. It was like a vintage running back all the way around. Now, as always, we're going to bust a cap. We're going to do a weekly recap of the matchups that were, starting with the closest and ending with the beatdown of the week, who is on with us right now, at least the disher out of the beatdown of the week. The No My Man's Manager of the Week will be a little bit of a special edition. We'll get to that in a little bit. And we're going to start with our end with the league leaders. And guess what? Connor McCager is still the league leader, but there is some change happening. So it'll be interesting.
Yep. 2 birds with 1 stone right here.
That's right, sir. You ready to bust a cap, Johnny?
Let's bust a cap.
All right, man. So we're going to start with my matchup. No Amon-Ra Getz going against In Allen I Trust, taking him down by a score of 170 to 155.76. Thanks in large part again to Christian McCaffrey having not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns by 3 different means. It was a passing, a rushing, and a receiving touchdown. What was the stat we were talking about, Johnny?
Christian McCaffrey throwing a touchdown, catching a touchdown, running a touchdown. First running back to do it in like over 10 years.
Something like that. It's some crazy like that. So
crazy stat.
It was pretty fun to see. There were some great trade offers that came my way, including the one you sent me, Johnny, which I had thought I made a mistake on after the morning games, and Travis Etienne did his damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got to about the third quarter of the 49er game, and I was like, I made the right choice.
If CMC was still on the Jags, it might have worked out better for you.
Oh, the Panthers? Yeah, maybe. It would have been. I'm glad he's on the 49ers. I feel like he's going to be a number 1 the rest of the season. At least I'm hoping. I am going to hang on tight to Elijah Mitchell just in case, because I've had Christian McCaffrey before. But I also owe a big thanks to Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Did you watch the Eagles game at all, the Eagles and Steelers?
Oh, yeah. Justin Fields and A.J. Brown, they're fucking it up.
Oh my God. I was watching. I'm obviously a big Steelers fan, so it did hurt personally, but I was very happy. And I was just astonished at some of the coverages that A.J. Brown was able to beat. At one point, he had just like shouldered Minkah Fitzpatrick, who I think is still a really great safety. And it was like a little boy trying to tackle an adult. It was crazy out there.
Just right over the top into the end zone. It was nuts.
It was good, man. And In Allen I Trust on the other side, doing well, unfortunately not being able to keep up with that big spike of the RB1s. Actually outscored me in the wide receiver flex area by a total of 31 points, as George Pickens gave me a goose egg. But I'm lucky that Josh Allen returned to his human form for this week, and I was able to squeak out a win against him.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else to say about this matchup, Johnny?
No, tough luck for Allen. He could have gone a different way if he probably played someone else.
Oh, it is weird, right, with this shallow bench. I know it's difficult, y'all, but I do appreciate everybody trying their best. Moving on, Team 2 Kittle 2-8, Leo taking down Finding Debo Jonathan by a score of 146 to 130. Leo moving to 5-3, and Finding Debo sliding to 4-4. And Leo, thankfully to Tyreek Hill, who did his damn thing once again, powered the way for Leo. What did you notice about this one, Johnny?
Nope. Tyreek putting the team on his back for Leo.
What is it? 14 targets. 14 targets. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I think I had 2 receivers get a total of 14 targets in my week this week. And it's 12 for 188. Not even needing a touchdown this week. Just his sheer volume alone carrying him to a victory. On the other side, Finding Debo, having Tua, being able to feed Reek helped. However, it kind of helped and hurt at the same time. It was definitely odd. Anything else notice about this one, Johnny?
No, it was a good matchup. Close game. Could have went either way.
Yeah, we gotta watch Lamar Jackson a little closer too. He's now like 3 weeks in a row under 20 points or 20 to not as many points as we would like to see. So definitely gonna be interesting down the stretch. You ready to move on, Johnny?
Yep.
Let's go, sir. Dirty Mike Chubbs, aka Mike, taking down Boltzkrieg by a score of 156-118, or 118, excuse me, to 124.86. Both teams now 5-3. And it looks like Stefon Diggs doing his thing again. He is him at this point in the season until somebody else proves otherwise. What you notice about this one, Johnny?
Just looking at their matchup, it was super close. So it could have gone either way, but Mike just tearing it out at the end, pulling ahead, and they're both 5-3. So that's
Both
it.
5-3 at this point. And Tony Gibson on Boltzkrieg's bench, who scored 20 points. It could have helped. Now, he lost by over 30, but it could have helped in some way. But it definitely was a close matchup. I got Boltzkrieg this week, and he's a coworker of mine, and I've been talking a lot of shit, so I'm hoping it don't bite me in the ass. But Dirty Mike Chubb's doing his damn thing. I am excited to see Stefon Diggs go against Sauce Gardner this week. At least I think he'll be covering one, or Sauce will be covering him. It'll be interesting. I'm hoping that he can maybe shut him down a little bit to slow Mike down, because it's getting interesting now.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about this matchup, Johnny?
Super fun. That was a close one. It could have gone either way.
It's getting close, but now we're going to start talking about some of these matchups where we have the winner scoring over 200 points. Alvin and the Chipmunks, a.k.a. Edgar, scoring 202.66 to take down Strife to win, who, shout out, put up 131 points. However, this was nowhere near enough for this matchup. Johnny, what did you notice about this game?
Edgar scoring a shit ton of points, but still not getting on the YouTube channel.
Oh, no, you hate to see it. I was actually hoping, I'm not going to lie, Johnny, I was rooting that he can get on here this week because of the whole trade issue thing. We could have jabbered it out on the Zoom, but you had something to say about that. Even though Alvin Kamara did his damn thing. One receiving touchdown, or no, 2 receiving touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. But what an idiot. He didn't get a passing touchdown like Christian McCaffrey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's too easy for him to get into the end zone. When I watch it, I watch Red Zone. So whenever I see him score, I'm like, why was he just like they just tap him? They don't even try and tackle him, just let him walk right past him.
Why is he 7 yards away from the nearest defender? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's insane. He's just so effortless.
And we also got to discuss this Tony Pollard situation down in Dallas. That's going to be something pretty fun to watch down the stretch.
Yeah, hopefully they just need to make Zeke a blocking back and let Tony Pollard do his thing.
Yeah, he looks explosive as hell when we watch him on screen. Way faster than Zeke, way more agile than Zeke. I think it might be time to change the guard in Dallas. What you think?
I think it's time.
I think so. And I think it's time to go on to the next one. Shout out to Edgar for scoring over 200 points and narrowly missing the beatdown of the week, which, hey-oh, Connor McKager, good Lord. 100-point differential, 225 points scored, 3 players scoring over 30 points in this game. Johnny, how do you do it, man?
Miller Lite. Miller Lite and some Maker's Mark.
He said Miller Lite, man. That is great. I'm more of a Modelo man, more of a lager man myself. However, to each their own. Thanks in large part to Derrick Henry, man. And I wasn't too big on Derrick Henry this year. I think we discussed how you went back to kind of the old school model of running back, and disregarded the quarterback for the first few rounds. But impressive stuff, man. Anything you like to say to the league? Anything you like to share?
Yes. It's got to be tough when you see me on the matchup for the week.
I am, you know what? I am a little nervous whenever I have to look forward and see when I play you again, which I think is towards like the end of the season during playoff push. I'm not happy about that. However, what I am excited about, Johnny, is your matchup this week with Edgar and how that plays out.
Oh yeah, I think he already got a few points on the board. We'll see what happens.
Right. As we're recording this, week 9 has started. Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are hopefully doing their thing. Wasn't too happy with the first half, but hopefully a big second half. And you know what? On the flip side of this matchup, I give a big shout out to Check My Balls, as we're going to do right now. The No Mames Manager of the Week special edition goes to Strive to Win and Check My Balls, as both of them started great lineups. Both of them are still making moves in the trade and the waiver wires, and both of them are still competing, and both of them are still getting their asses whipped. They lost by a total of 172 points this week, despite putting up 131 and 124 respectfully each. It's just it's tough to see, man. Like it's got to be deflating at this point to like put together a decent lineup to score a good amount of points and just going against you and Edgar, and like it's almost like at what point do you
At what point do you change your name to bye week?
oh no. Oh man, you know what? Fair enough. I can't talk too much shit now because I was the one win that's or I was the only loss, or my Bag Chasers, aka Strive to Win's only win was against me. So I can't talk too much shit now because I'm the real clown here for having lost to this team. But it's got to be frustrating. It's got to be fun to see. On the flip side, as scary it is to see you, it must be a little exciting to see one of these two teams in your schedule.
Oh yeah, but you can't let your guard down.
Right, right. And I love that y'all are still being competitive. So shout out to the both of y'all for still playing and still doing your thing. I respect it, and I hope it keeps going, y'all. Anything else to share, Johnny?
No, just looking at this league leaders.
Yeah, league leader, sir. So no surprise here, Connor Brookhager. This is now, what is this, your 6th week in a row as a league leader, 7th week in a row as league leader?
Yeah, in first place.
Yeah, and by almost 100-point differential, too. It was getting a little narrow there for a second. It looked like Allen, I trust, might close the gap, but you said, excuse me, sir. Hold my Miller Lite. Watch as I do this 225 points. And welcome to the top 3, Alvin and the Chipmunks, aka Edgar. Welcome in at 1,180 points. Barely narrowing me out for that number 3 spot in the league, but welcome to the top 3, Edgar. Anything to say about this, Connor?
No, just remember, even when I lose, I put up more points than you.
Oh man, it does hurt a little bit to hear that, as you're constantly putting up more points than me, man. So it does look like the competition between 2nd and 5th place is a very narrow, about 20 points. However, that 2nd to 1st place is going to be almost very difficult to close at this point in the season.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a game in between everyone right now.
Because all just about, it's like you're a whole week ahead of us at some, well, some of us 2 weeks. Like Check My Balls and Strive to Win. But but lastly, Johnny, anything to say before we get week 9 fully underway?
Nothing. Just keep pounding.
That's right. Well, you will do the pounding. We'll be pounding. That's for sure, man. I appreciate your time. Y'all remember to set your lineups. Have a great week, everybody, and good luck.
Take care. Brush your hair.